Hello, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I would like to speak with all my friends a few words about positivity and tolerance. And by the way, soon, like really soon, I will be announcing the day when I'm starting finally the podcast, and I have tremendous support from all of you, and I'm already getting a lot of subscription for the promo video which I posted on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much. I was hoping that talking about positivity would be important. I have not realized how much that is, and it just gives me a lot of strength and enthusiasm to go more. So together we're gonna do a lot of good things, because talking about good and positive stuff right now is important more than ever. I have a little notes. I'm not planning to read them, but I'm going to be taking a quick pick, so I apologize if some of you may not like it, but it's kind of important what I want to say, so I don't want to miss out on anything. So I hope you all had a great Halloween yesterday. I didn't do any trick-or-treating, but still it was fun. We had actually karaoke the day before. Some of you know that I host karaoke on Zoom for the last 9 months since the COVID started. So we actually did have a Halloween party on karaoke, and we were wearing costumes. I actually have a picture of uncontested winner. I will post it a little bit later. I should have done it before, but still, the girl was absolutely amazing. So I will post that picture. There are times through the history, challenging times through the history and through the generations, when things happen, opinions change, difference popping through and through. And all what's important through all those times are being tolerant to one another. We all are grown-ups, or even children. We have to show example, not just to one another, but to our children as well, as to how to accept the difference of opinions and not to rip each other's throats to the boiling points of high blood pressure. Because what we have here at stake, guys, we love our country, and we all, regardless of which colors we are, red or blue, we want our country to be good, stand out, and provide us home, happiness, and keep being the land of free, from one shining sea to another shining sea. I'm kind of paraphrasing the words of very famous song. And many of you know, publicly, of course I do have my own opinion, but publicly I will always stay neutral, like in Switzerland, because my point is, we've got to unite each other. Enough of ripping each other's throat, who is red and who is blue and who is all other colors. I don't care who is which color. I have friends who are red and who are blue politically. I have friends among practically every corner of the earth and every color of the skin. I do not see color of the skin. I see the color of the heart. And that is what's important. You can be red, blue, black, green, alien for all I care. I would see what kind of color of the heart you have, how good you are to those who are around you, what you can offer to other people around you, what kind of compassion. I really don't care. If you are a bad person, then I will say that your heart is not the color of gold, but got some rust and dirt on it, which probably could be mended with right circumstances, right people. But if we're going to go with fists at one another and fight with one another, and sometimes when we don't have enough arguments, we raise our voices. That's not right either. We care about this country, and each of us cares the way we know how, the way we feel is right for us. So let's keep doing that. Let's not fight with each other. It's useless. Let's choose joy. Joy is the one which needed so much. Come to think of it, the 2020, I would say, is so far extremely challenging year. It was not enough to have a COVID at our throats, and now we have to fight over who believes in what? We love America. I hope we do. Most of us do. So I don't care who's red and who's blue. I love you all as long as we do good for our country. And yeah, we see difference of opinions and we believe in different things. So let's apply our efforts, our emotions, our inspirations to make our country good, instead of stomping up on each other and ripping each other's throats. Not right. We've got to choose joy. And I was looking some inspirational quotes from some famous people, and I've got 3 which caught my attention. So here they are. Compassion and tolerance are not the sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. Guess who said that? Dalai Lama. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's belief. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. Guess who said that? The man who got actually persecuted, JFK. But he believed in good. And why would we fail what he believed in? And another man, a great man, great heart, and great aspiration, Martin Luther King. That's what he says. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. And they don't know each other because they don't have commitment with each other. It's wonderful when we want to unwind and post whatever we want, cats, jokes, and whatever else on Facebook. And how exactly it goes on Facebook? So many friends on our friends list, so sometimes we just check it off. And how, if you guys know a little bit of Facebook analytics, how actually that happens, it usually says when I check on my analytics who was, especially it applies to pages, to Facebook pages. Sorry, my phone is kind of popping in air. When I check the analytics, it just shows how many impressions. Do you know what that means? Impressions, that means how many people saw my post or anybody else's, to the matter, post on the newsfeed. It doesn't mean that they read it. They looked through it. Most likely, if they kind of have friendly relationship with me, most likely they clicked on like. Doesn't mean that they read it. And I hope people who care about each other are going to start reading a little bit more. That's why sometimes there are posts where it says like, oh, let's repost this, or let's see if you're going to read to the end of it. Usually when I read something, I really put a heart on it to make sure that the person knows that I didn't just check it off, I actually read it. And I love commenting. Unfortunately, I don't have time. I have like close to over 1,500 friends on my friend list. Some may say it's not that much, it's not the 5,000, but nonetheless, it's those people who I try my best to be in touch with, in contact with one another eventually. Not all the time, but anyway, as Martin Luther King said, and I will read these. These are the phrases which I'm reading. People fail to get along because they fear each other. Why would we fear each other? Let's support each other. He says, they fear each other because they don't know each other, and they don't know each other because they don't have commitment with each other. Why don't we try? It's not possible to learn and be committed to everyone. Let's try with our families. I've heard so many stories when people actually within one family have differences of opinions for our political future. It is okay. That's how we grow. And if we do not have enough arguments, let's go Google and find out what can we find to support our beliefs instead of calling each other names and, getting nervous and stuff like that. Let's choose joy, because that is very important. Let's choose joy. Let's be happy. There is so much happiness going around, despite the fact that it's COVID. Yes, it's COVID. We eventually will overcome it. Some will choose vaccines, some won't. We will overcome it. We will go forward as a nation, as a humankind, and as people who should care about one another. And I am imploring you guys, let's care for one another. That would be my short message for today. And on a footnote, I would love to say tremendous big time thank you to all of those who sent me private messages supporting my idea to start this podcast. I will repost a little bit later today the YouTube channel. My podcast will be on iTunes and on Google Play and on YouTube. And the platform I'm hosting it on will be Podbean. So please subscribe. Show me some love. I'm on Instagram too. You can find me on all those platforms under the same name, The Motivation Station with Tatiana D. And I would love to say yet again, big and humble thank you to those of you who support me from the day one and give me their time and attention and show me their support and their love. I would start with Scott Huskin, who also hosts his own podcast, and he's an amazing friend, an amazing podcaster. You should definitely look him up and give him some love too. I would love to say huge thank you to Rodney Ellen Rippey, who was a narrator for the promo we made, and it's like everywhere right now. So thank you so much for lending me your voice. Russ Nybert, thank you so much for being my earboard and soundboard. You're an amazing friend, and I love you all three. You're great to have in my corner, and I know that I can go on far and make it success when I have people like three of you in my corner. Thank you. Peace out, and talk to you soon.